All right. Thank you guys for joining us on Comics from the Future. This is our weekly show where we preview and you can pre-order all the latest and greatest upcoming comics. We are Infinity Flux from Chattanooga, Tennessee. If we're not your comic store, we can be, guys. But let's get into the comics coming up.
All right. Well, I think you have one you want to talk about first.
Yep.
Batman 102.
Yep. This is Batman 102, and this is right after the events of the Joker War have taken place. Gotham has changed. Bruce Wayne has changed. This is the first full appearance of Ghostmaker in this issue, and Ghostmaker thinks that Gotham needs a new hero, needs a new direction. So I think we're gonna see someone take Batman on a run for his money in this new story arc. So, Batman 102, this is the A cover. And, yep, like I said, Ghostmaker's first full appearance.
Yeah, his design looked awesome in number 100, so I'm really interested to see who he is.
Yeah.
The other detail, and I mean, this isn't a spoiler, it's in the solicitation. They say he knew Bruce Wayne back when he was a teenager.
Yes.
So, because I was thinking League of Assassins,
Yeah.
but I don't really know what to make of that. But I mean, it sounds like a major new character.
And this is the Matina cover. Really good take
It's awesome.
on this
Yeah.
character. You see in a different Matina style, a little bit, bringing this character
It's almost
some
like
new life.
if he was in a movie, he'd probably look like this,
Yeah.
like the very realistic armor and everything.
And so both those covers, I guess, will tie for his first cover appearance.
Yeah,
So that's one. I mean, I'm definitely going to put a few of those away.
whichever we take out of the box first. We go, oh, first cover. Next we have Dark Knight's Death Metal number 5. So we actually got this week's books in a little earlier. So I actually got a chance to read Death Metal number 4. So I will not spoil that, even though I kind of know where this one's going. But needless to say, I mean, you could guess from a series like this that the Batman Who Laughs, who's now the Darkest Knight, he's doing really well. Like, his plans are kind of working out the way he intended.
For somebody who got killed by a chainsaw, he's doing great.
Yeah,
that
well,
was part of the plan.
It was all, he had that all written down somewhere.
Yeah.
So, in this one, it's basically like the solicits just say he wins. Like, he's in the position he wanted to be. It's all good for him. Sorry, heroes. You're out.
Wow.
All your books are canceled. It is now Darkest Night. No, but this is all the heroes band together. This is kind of, it says their last stand against Darkest Night and all his legions of evil Batmen and everything. And this one also has some really cool variant covers that also just came out. I think they just came out yesterday, but they haven't made it out to all the websites yet.
Yeah.
So this is actually a Martian Manhunter version of Batman, which I was like, oh, now I see it with the belt and everything.
All right.
But it was called something weird. It's the Pitch Black Martian Manhunter. And this is the David Finch cover, which he's been doing. I think he's done one for each of these issues. Then we have...
That's got to be Art Germ.
This is Art Germ. And I was like, that looks like Mara. But it says it's Cull.
Yeah, look at that crazy face.
So, I don't know if this is like evil Mara or she's got like the bat emblem on her face. I don't know, but this is a really, really cool, pretty cover.
Only evil people get to have that kind of fun.
Yeah, that kind of maniacal laughing while there's that much smoke. And then this is from Cale New, NGU, and this is the Spectre cover.
All right, so I have the pleasure to talk about a few Donny Cates books this week. So Thor number 9 is coming out. Thor has been a very, very hot book for a while now. So the 9th issue, they say that Donald Blake is coming back. That's not a character that everybody who reads Thor knows about. It is a doctor who used to be Thor's alter ego. Odin thought Thor was getting a little too uppity, so he took his powers and put it in. He basically put Thor into this doctor who he was partially crippled, and it taught him to be humble. This is some deep digs from Donny Cates. I mean, this goes back to Journey into Mystery from the 60s. And they're bringing the character back. I mean, he has been around after that. He split from Thor a while back. But still, really interesting to see what happens here. And I think it's a big deal in that they're doing a bunch of covers for it. Often that will signal, okay, this is something. So this is the Hildebrandt variant. These are all open to order. That's why we do the show. If you get your order into us by Monday, you're guaranteed to get these, provided they print them, which, most times they do.
That needs to be painted on the side of a van. That's just too cool.
Check out this next one. So they're doing these series of American Indian inspired covers by, I don't know if I'm saying his last name right, Varegi, but
Yeah,
this
I
is
think
the
so.
one he's doing for Thor. I
Really
think
cool.
it's really cool. You'll be seeing a few of these on our show. So this is available for order right now. But here's the one that I shocked Andy with because it had just appeared within the last 2 hours. Here is the Jenny Frison variant. I've been a fan of hers since she started, doing comic covers. But every once in a while, she knocks it out of the park. Look at that. That is fantastic.
It's a crazy Valkyrie. Almost looks like the new Wonder Woman, like golden armor design. But yeah, it's beautiful.
Jane Foster is Valkyrie, and she has history with Donald Blake.
Right.
So they used to be sort of like love interests, and they worked together in a hospital. So that cover that might be my favorite for the week. And then here is the Fortnite variant. Yeah.
That man, I just want a story around whatever's going on there.
All right, so U.S. Agent, new miniseries from Marvel. This is a 5-part series. It is the super soldier that you love to hate. John Walker, the former super patriot, has been stripped of his official U.S. agent status, and he's operating as an independent government contractor protecting covert interests. I don't know anything about this character, really, but it's time to learn about him with this 5-part miniseries.
Yeah, he's going to be in the new
Falcon
Winter Soldier show. Yeah. So they're kind of getting you geared up for that.
This.
Very much.
So if you want to try out #1, you can just let us know that you want the #1, or if you know you want the full series, you can just sign up for the mini-series as well. And this does have a couple covers. We have the Infante variant and the Zurcher variant right here.
Yeah, U.S. Agent's in an interesting position. He's often seen as an off-brand Captain America, and that's tough to have to follow up Captain America in any way, shape, or form. He was Cap for a little while. He's kind of West Coast Avengers Cap. I think that's the best way to describe it. But it's characters like that you can really do some interesting writing with.
Yeah, so they feel like they have a lot of baggage, or this kind of complex of being second tier.
Yeah.
Okay, next we have something.
What a cover!
I know this is a little violent of a cover if you think that red is what you think it is.
Just a lake of blood.
Yeah, it's he just regenerates his blood. So
Glenn Danzig's house.
So this is, if you're familiar with the series that DC did that was Batman Black and White, this is very similar, but they added red. So this is Wolverine Black, White, and Red, or Black, White, and Blood. They don't even dance around the color. The red is blood.
Yeah.
And this is going to be a 5-issue, I guess you can call it miniseries, but I believe each issue is going to be a different writer and artist doing a Wolverine story. So the first one is by Jerry Duggan, and art by Adam Kubert, which deals with the Weapon X program. And I actually I didn't read it deep, but I went through every page of it because we got a preview of this book, and it looks beautiful. The way they choose to use the red, it's not always blood. It's very accented where the red comes in. So I think this will be a fun way of just reading a Wolverine story that's not current Wolverine. I think this one kind of takes place around New X-Men. He's got his leather jacket and everything. So looked like a lot of fun. I'm excited to read it again deeper. And I think it does have a variant cover. Yeah, it has a Ron Garney variant cover, which also, there you go, there's Black, White, and Blood.
Okay, so this might be the biggest book of the week, which is crazy because it is not a Marvel or DC book. It is an Image book. It is crossover by Donny Cates and Jeff Shaw. They're the team who did God Country which pretty much put Donny Cates on the map, and for
Yep.
good reason. I mean, not to mention Shaw's amazing art. So I got to read this today. As a retailer, it was my honor to get an early edition that I was able to read, and I loved it. It was awesome. I'm not going to spoil too much. I will tell you a little bit more on the premise, though. So basically, it is set in our world. It starts a few years back, and superheroes just all of a sudden spring on the scene, but they're in a battle. Okay, they're in this huge, like, end of the world battle with each other. Good ones, bad ones. The problem is where they pop in, it's like in the middle of Denver, Colorado. It ends up destroying buildings. So it's like superheroes have a crossover with our world.
Huh.
But that's not even quite the story.
Mm.
That's just the beginning. And so I'll leave it there. But it's awesome. It has to do with the nature of comic books, nature of storytelling. This is just issue 1. It has to do with a love of comic books. Honestly, as somebody who likes comics, it made me feel really good. It kind of casts us as a bit of rebellious heroes. You'll have to read it yourself. I want to show some pages, but I can't. I'll get in trouble. But this book, it really sounds amazing. I mean, just look at the cover. That's the promise. And the first issue, pretty dang awesome.
I didn't get to read it, but I like the idea of like all these heroes pop up and then people go to comic book fans is like, you're the authority on what's going on. Who's that guy? Who's that guy?
Yeah, they get some blame too. They get some flack as well, actually. So it's got a bunch of cool variants. I mean, everyone wanted to work on this book with him, I'm sure. So this is the Stegman variant. Next we have the Shaw variant. And then because I know people are going to want to take this to places and get it drawn on and signed and remarked, here is the blank variant. So this is open order. Let us know if you want it, how many you want. That's what the show is all about. That way you don't go into your comic store and they're out of it. So
next we have Sweet Tooth, The Return. But wait, Sweet Tooth was a thing before. That's right. So Jeff Lemire, I feel like it was one of his first books that kind of hit the mainstream, like people started to take note of Jeff Lemire, is when he launched Sweet Tooth at Vertigo. And it is, he did the writing and the art on it. And it is about what Sweet Tooth is the boy on the cover with, he has deer antlers. It's pseudo post-apocalyptic. It's very odd, but if you're a fan of Jeff Lemire, it is very much his style, very countryside, very character driven. And so when I was reading up on this, I was like, oh, it's interesting they're bringing it back after a while. That'll be good for people who've read it before. Well, actually, this is not even a remake, but a retelling of the original Sweet Tooth story. Or I think he said a reimagining. So you don't have to have read the original Sweet Tooth. If you like this one, I mean, great. You've got like 7 volumes to go back and read. But this, I even skimmed through some of the pages. And of course, the character's the same and everything. But some stuff has changed. And it's kind of a whole new take on Sweet Tooth. So don't worry if you've never read Sweet Tooth before. But maybe you're a Jeff Lemire fan or you just think this sounds interesting. This is a great jumping on point.
Sounds like a DJ remix.
Maybe
it features another writer or something featuring.
Right. Yeah. So
Grant Morrison.
I'm really excited about this. I love the original Sweet Tooth. It is heartwarming and super sad. Hybrid animal kids, government experiments, just everything. And also it has a crazy variant cover. This is a Jim Lee variant cover. And whenever you take one of Jeff Lemire's characters, one of his drawings, and you like hyper realize it, very odd looking, but I love this one. I've already signed up to get this one because I just think it is super cool. And awesome that Jim Lee is drawing this character.
Okay, so the last featured comic this week before we speed up and start showing all the other cool covers and number ones is called Origins #1. There was a small preview of this I got to check out. It wasn't the whole comic, though. Anyway, it's based 1,000 years after humanity has been killed by AI that we created. So, I guess Skynet happened. Well, anyway, something brings back just one human, and he happens to be one of the people who helped create that very AI that killed everyone. And so he takes it upon himself to try to reclaim the Earth from the evil AI overlords.
Wow.
So if you like that sort of tale, this is Origins #1 is available for order. And now we're going to get to our next section of the show
Woohoo!
called Other #1s and Cool Covers we just want to make you aware of. So I guess, Andy, you could start us out.
Yeah, this is Batman: The Adventure Continues. This is the Kari Andrews cover B. This is for issue 6. Super cool.
Yeah, I like that a lot. Okay, I'll do the next couple. Deceased Dead Planet #5. We got a couple covers for it. This is, most people who want these, they tend to want both, but here we have the Matina cover.
I love that.
And this is for issue 5 once again. And then we have the Ben Oliver movie homage. What movie could that be?
Very on the nose.
Really pretty
I
colors
know.
on that one. So.
Is that even an homage? Like, okay, this is Joker Harley Criminal Sanity #6. This is the B cover variant.
And then we have Justice League 56. This is just the cover A, the Liam Sharp cover, and this is a tie-in with Death Metal.
I have something to say though. Notice Batman and Martian Manhunter are
melding
melding together.
Now that we know about that other variant cover,
Yes.
that's interesting.
Yes. So.
This is like scene 1 and that's scene 2.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Young Justice #20. This is the Derek Chu cardstock variant.
This is Amazing Spider-Man 51.LR. That doesn't stand for left right. It stands for last rights. That's the storyline that's going on right now. There's so much action. It's spilling out into little one-shots they're doing. This is the regular cover, and this one is the...
Coelho.
Yes, the Coelho variant. With the spider. They've created a team. The Web Spinners?
The Web Warriors.
Web Warriors.
Yeah, it's very much, if you're a fan of the movie Spider-Verse, it's kind of those characters and a couple others mixed in there. But
yeah.
Then we have the super cool cover for Captain Marvel 23. Looks like she's fighting Namor.
Yep.
And this is
That cover's really
Hellstrom
cool, too.
Marvel Tales #1. It's a $7.99 issue, which means it's going to be more content in there than a normal comic.
Yeah, it's a great cover. This is Miles Morales Spider-Man #20. This is the Clark variant. It also has a pretty cool A cover. So you might want to check that out on Previews World. But the B cover, I just like the starkness of it. So that's the one that made the show.
So these are cool. This is Avengers 38, the Cooter Black Panther Phoenix variant. And this is another kind of variant genre they're going to be doing that is different Avengers possessed by the Phoenix Force. So I believe this is the first one we're getting, and it is Black Panther with the Phoenix Force.
Yeah, how would you like it if the Phoenix is attacking you, and that's not bad enough, Black Panther jumped out of her?
Yeah. And then also I'll mention this is the Varegi cover for Avengers, also with that Native American style with Black Panther.
Yeah, those are really cool. They just stand out. Like when you go through back issues one day, people are gonna pause on those.
Yep.
All right, so next up we have some Walking Dead covers. So Walking Dead released this past week with issue #1 reprinted in color. It's called Walking Dead Deluxe. So if you picked up issue #1, they're releasing this twice a month. So issue #2, we have the A cover here. And then we also have the B, Moore and McCabe cover. And then the C cover, the D cover, and the E cover.
Whoa.
There you go. A, B, C, D, E.
Glenn back when he was little.
I know.
Oh.
Which one of those that you, I remember, finding out what these people did before the zombie apocalypse. It was really something that hooks you to The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
So
just scrub from your mind what happens to Glenn and see him like this.
we still have plenty copies of
He
#1.
saves Rick.
If you need that in your pull box, if you missed the release this week, we still have some. So issue #2 is well on the way.
Here is Neil Gaiman's Norse Mythology #2. This is the David Mack cover. I've always been a big fan of David Mack's art ever since Kabuki. So if you like #1, here's your chance to sign up for #2. I'm sure we probably still have some #1s on the wall as well if you didn't hear about that.
Next we have, which is really cool, this is Dungeons and Dragons at Spine of the World #1, which is a new IDW series set in the world, of course, of Dungeons and Dragons. But they've been doing with a few different things some these fun variant covers that are character sheets from D&D. I know I can't tell with this one. I think this one too is like filled out.
It is.
So you can actually use these characters that you read about in your own game, and you already have like all the stuff built for them.
I put this on too because it's the variant, because I think it's cool to just know the stats of somebody you're reading about. I wish all my comics, it's once again, it's like the comic cards. You want to know what is Spider-Man's agility in a number.
It'd be funny too with like under inventory you're reading and be like, no, I see here that she could have used, she has a small dagger in her boot.
All right, so Mighty Morphin #1. Go-Go Power Rangers and Mighty Morphin Power Rangers have been going on for a while now. If you wanted to jump in on these characters, then here is your time. This is the #1A cover, the B Legacy variant, and the cover C, this is the Yoon Connecting variant. There is also a blank cover. If you want that, let us know. We didn't include it on this, but there is 3 covers. The Mighty Morphin series is starting soon.
And so they've broken into 2 teams, right?
Right, yeah. There's Mighty Morphin and Power Rangers.
Mm-hmm.
So is Power Rangers going to begin with another #1?
Yes,
Okay.
they both have
So
#1.
This is the first one.
Yep.
All right. This is Stranger Things Dungeons and Dragons. Look at that cover. It is perfect.
Yeah.
This is the Galindo variant. All the covers are cool. This was my favorite one. It's just a little 4-issue miniseries, as they tend to do with Stranger Things.
Now this is the Star Wars Adventures #2. As you know, I believe this week is when they relaunched Star Wars Adventures with a new #1. This is #2, and this is the B, I believe, is it Blevins variant cover with Darth Maul, and you can see he's got his robotic legs.
Yep, he's showing them off. He's sassy with those.
Yeah, he's
robotic legs.
catwalking.
Okay, this is a pretty cool Red Sonja 21. This is the A cover, going in a little bit of a different direction for their covers lately. There are many, many other covers for Red Sonja, so we are showing you this one, but that's why you can go to Previews World, check out the catalog for the final orders this week. Go see the rest.
This is Horizon Zero Dawn #4. This is the Peach Momoko variant. We have some people who watch the show who love Momoko's work, so we like to highlight whenever she's been on all kinds of projects lately.
Mm-hmm.
So
this is I can't believe
Unsacred.
Yeah,
2.
I always forget though to say Mirka and Dolpho's
Right.
Sacred. Volume 2, #1 follows the story of an angel and a demon who get married, and now in this one they have a baby. Now it looks like that baby grew up quite a bit.
Speaking of sassy,
yeah, it's a really funny book. It's kind of almost like each page is a different little like 1-page funny comic with a punchline. And this is I believe the D cover, the Chatzoidus.
and I'll mention the other covers are really cool too, but they are a bit adult. So
yeah, if you've ever read any Mirka Andolfo stuff, you know her cover is, even though her content is great, the stories are wonderful. The covers can be quite racy.
Yeah, not always safe for all forms of workplace. So.
All right, now we have another new #1. This is Red Atlantis #1.
I want to say something on this. So this is another one I got a preview of, and I went through it. It's cool. It is, it's for a particular reader. Like if you like political thrillers, that's what this is. You have like cell phones going off that's setting off like things in people's minds or making them attack each other. And is it the Ruskies doing it or who is it doing it? It is a well-done political thriller.
It looks like this is also by Aftershock, who recently signed a deal to get some of their stuff turned into some movies and things.
Turned into a studio.
And this is also a hat cover, really nice. A lot of Sabrina covers.
It's always hard to say. It's a hack cover. His name's Hack.
Speaking of somebody hacking.
Ooh,
wow.
Someone's been hacking away at
just
Vampirella.
Just took a hit on some vaping or something.
This is Dynamite #2, the zombie crossover of the Dynamite universe, and this is the Perio variant, And then, of course, we have the Peach Momoko Deja Thoris cover that kind of goes with the number one covers where they had Vampirella and Red Sonja.
We haven't really seen Momoko do much horror, so I was interested to see
Yeah.
this one.
It's still
here.
very distinct.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is Scarent Hood, number 1 of 4. I don't know much about this. This is like it's gonna be a surprise. Like even the solicitation was like, pick the kids up from the
I read
from the
that.
daycare, go to the grocery store. You know what was like the thrilling parts? It was like,
And then it's like, go in the woods and fight werewolves. Or
Yeah.
it was like, I think it's like a parent monster hunter
Yeah.
type thing.
that's what it sounded like. So it's a 4-issue miniseries.
And then we have Year Zero. This is Volume 2, Number 1, the Kari Andrews cover. A lot of people really liked some of these Upshot books. Year Zero, I believe, is a zombie.
It is. It's a zombie apocalypse series. A lot of people asked us about it after the fact, and I think that they kind of figured that out.
Yeah.
They said, "Hey, let's relaunch. Now that people
Yeah.
we have good word of mouth. Let's start a part 2."
Okay, and Sonic the Hedgehog Bad Guys number 2. Number 1 just released this week, and this is a 4-part mini series. If you guys picked up number 1 and you want to add it to your list, now's the time to let us know.
So this is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Jenica 2, number 1. She had her own miniseries. People liked it. You know, a new turtle, that's huge.
Yep.
I mean, like, what, it took like 30 years for that to happen? And at that, it's a female turtle. So they're giving her own second series. And so here's your
I love
chance
the cover.
to... Yeah.
She's fighting like a big hyena. Okay, and then this is H. Wood Great Outdoors Fight One Shot. I looked up about
I did too.
H. Wood, and it's like a web comic or like kind of a newspapery comic type thing that says it's adult but not filthy, because it's very just like in the office humor, but they're like bears and other kind of woodland creatures.
And apparently it's about a big fight that happens on 3 acres of land. 3,000 men just get in a big fight to see who wins.
Wow.
That's what I read it's about.
Sounds
Yeah.
fun.
Okay, so our next segment is number 3's reprints, collected, and toys. So Megan, you can start us out here.
Alright, so we have Strange Adventures Director's Cut number 1. They do these director's cuts, they add in more info, more behind the scenes stuff. So
usually you get the whole script too, which is, as someone who like works in comics, I love seeing how people describe scenes and lay scenes out and what they communicate to the artist to draw. So these are really cool.
Here is Thor number 2, 6th printing. Yes, it has gone to 6th print. At this point, we have so many different printings. We're probably going to order this based on what people ask for. So if you want it, let us know. Don't come in expecting we're going to order oodles of the 6th print. It's a great issue. The series has been great. But if you want to be a completionist, we would love to help you. Just let us know. Speaking of reprints.
Speaking of, we have Venom 25 5th printing, which is a black and white cover of a previous printing, which was a panel from the first printing. Yeah, this is super cool. And then we have Venom 26 4th printing.
And there we have Virus.
Virus, yeah, the black and white art for that. And then we have Venom 28 2nd printing, which, wow, that's really cool. Like, then you see, you're like, oh, whoa, this is...
Yep, the Scorpion. So it's sort of like you see Virus, there you see him, and there he goes.
That's awesome.
And that's all
I think
I'll
that
say.
looks really cool.
That's my spoiler for Venom lately.
You just tripped into that spoiler.
Alright, then we have Avengers 57 Facsimile. This is the first appearance of Vision. So, really beautiful cover. A lot of people seek this one out. The original goes for like $200, so get this facsimile for much cheaper.
And with WandaVision coming out, just a lot of interest has gone back into those characters. Okay, so Immortal She-Hulk number 1 is having a 2nd printing. They missed their deadline. I spoke with them and they apologized. They said they never missed it again. I mean, honestly, this week was pretty good. I think there's only 2 covers
Mm-hmm.
that didn't come out in time for the show.
Mhm.
But anyway, if you liked Immortal She-Hulk and you want to make sure to get the second printing, let us know, because without a cover on hand, we're surely not going to order too much of it.
Yep. Then we have Juggernaut, #1, second printing, and this is the Shaw variant. And we sold out of Juggernaut #1 super, super fast. Within like 30 minutes of being open, sold out of Juggernaut. So if you missed your chance to read it, or like we say, you're a completionist, you want all the covers, all the everything, you want to check out Juggernaut #1.
And this is Rise of Ultraman #3. This is a 5-part miniseries, in case you didn't know. And so it's not on your list. If you picked up the 1 and 2 from us, if you want it, this is probably the point where we stop ordering so much for the wall. So definitely let us know if you need it. And then we have #1 second printing variant.
Cool.
Yeah, I like
I was
that.
about to say, this was not
That's
up a little
another.
earlier.
That's another cover that we just got like
I want
within a
that
couple
one.
hours.
So yeah, #1 second printing.
Okay, so this is Shang-Chi #1 second print. Shang-Chi #1 was awesome. I got to read #2 early, and I think it was my favorite comic I read this week. The person writing it is knocking it out of the ballpark. So much happens in these issues, so much history, but it's fast paced. You know, because when you say the word history, people immediately yawn. It is very fast paced. The fighting is cool. So even though I'm just talking about the #1 second print, I just have to mention those of you who like #1, #2 is awesome. Order it, order it. But anyway, Shang-Chi #1 second print with the new character, his sister, right on the cover.
Now we have Department of Truth #1 second printing. This was I don't want to say a sleeper hit, but not a lot of people were talking about it leading up to it, and then like got within a couple of days, and people were
Yeah.
like, "This is awesome! I really want this one." So probably a lot of people underordered it. It was all the rage around here, and now it is getting a second printing.
Just sort of recolored a little.
Yeah.
Okay, what do we got next? Black Widow #3. That's right, Black Widow's series is fully going again. So issue #2 just came out, and #3 is on its way.
What is the luck? I get the other one that's missing the cover. So Star Wars Bounty Hunter #5 is going to second print. They've done some pretty cool second print covers, though. That's where they got Bermejo starting to do them. I don't know if this one's going to be cool, but if you like it, you want to get everything, tell us, because once again, we don't order a lot of the ones where they don't give us the covers on time. Hear that, Marvel?
Cold. This is
tough love, man. Tough
this
love.
is True Believers, King in Black, Black Knight. So we're getting ready to get into the King in Black event, and they're doing these kind of one shots or dollar reprints about, I guess, stuff that's going to be coming up in there. It's kind of, I guess, a little spoiler to be like,
I
Black
know.
Knight.
It's really interesting. I've
Wink,
been paying
wink.
attention to these, going, what is this going to have to do with
exactly?
the Noel
Yeah, because
event?
we haven't really seen Black Knight in a while.
No, yeah. And so I guess Donny Cates and Marvel wanted to give you a chance to catch up on the history, because this is certainly just a reprint. And since it's True Believers, it's just a buck.
Yeah. And this other one, also very interesting. I'm very much questioning their choices in this. Is True Believers, King in Black, Gamma Flight, Doc Samson. So another character that I haven't seen much lately, Doc Samson.
He's been an Immortal a good little bit.
But still a character not a lot of people are very familiar with.
No.
But yeah, what's he going to have to do with King in Black event?
You got Null. You know, lately they brought Wraith back. Now Doc Samson and Black Knight. What is going on here? But yeah, I'm in for the ride.
All right, next up we have X of Swords Creation #1. This is the second print variant.
This is Giant Size X-Men by Hickman, the trade paperback. They had a bunch of one-shots they released for different characters. That was sort of a continued story. It is $19.99, so if you missed one of them or many, or you just want to have it collected to read in a handy-dandy way, here's your chance.
Then we have, which we were talking about this before, how this is worded. This is Marvelverse graphic novel Wanda and Vision. and collects Avengers Origins Vision, Giant Size Avengers number 4, and Marvel Team Up 129 through 130, and it's 112 pages. But what's funny about it is everyone, of course, knows the show WandaVision
They did
is
the cover
coming out.
just right.
Yeah, and it's like Wanda and Vision type thing. So yeah, a good primer if you're not super familiar with the characters, just want to read more about them.
The other cool thing, it's only $9.99,
Mm-hmm.
$10,
Yeah,
and you get all those reprints. So I mean, that's cool. I think Marvel, in some ways, they're able to take a loss because they want you to subscribe to Disney Plus and
Yeah.
watch the TV show or something.
this came out of the Disney Plus budget.
Oh, look at that cover.
This is Inkblot number 3.
That is
This has been
hilarious
a
and adorable.
pretty steadily good series for us, and everyone seems to really enjoy it who's on it. So Inkblot number 3.
I feel like people who have cats can
Yeah.
they understand this book.
If this cover appeals to you, the plot will not disappoint.
Right, yeah.
That's the way to say it. Okay, here is Sumerian, People of the Black Circle number 3. This is the Casas Hulk homage variant. Some people collect, every time they do this homage, we have people that want it. So we wanted to make sure that you knew about this. And also, if you've been reading Sumerian and you haven't signed up yet, sign up.
Now, this is G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero, Snake Eyes Origin. This is the second printing. Something happened. We didn't get the first printing. We ordered it. It never came in.
It vanished during that
It vanished in
time
the
period.
ether.
Yeah.
But we are getting this. Hopefully, we're going to be ordering this, and this retells the famous origin story of Snake Eyes. I believe it collects the silent issue that was very famous,
Very
the
popular,
first
yeah.
completely silent comic. So, yeah, if you are a G.I. Joe fan or just want something that you can reread this is a cool option.
When you're cool, you don't have to talk.
That's very true. And you have a wolf. When you have a wolf, you don't need to talk.
No.
All right, this is Goosebumps Secrets of the Swamp, number 2 of 5. And also available, we don't have a picture of it here, but is number 1 second print. So if you want to get both at once, they are available.
Spooky.
This is Voyage to the Stars number 3. So this is based off of a podcast, a very popular podcast. So if you like number 1, number 2, let us know that you want, the number 3. It only goes up to number 4, so they're heading into the end. Also, like Megan was saying, this one also has a number 1 second print available this week. So if you missed the number 1, let us know and we can order that for you.
So this is We Only Find Them When They're Dead, and this is number 2, the second printing. But I believe this is a
Just
new
dropped.
cover for that.
Yeah, it is.
Really, really cool. Great series. Definitely one probably that should be speculated on because it's really heating up.
Yeah.
All right, then we have Arana, Here Comes the Spider-Girl, graphic novel, trade paperback. Don't have the price on here, but these are usually around $12.
Yeah. This is X-Men Age of Apocalypse, Volume 1 of X-Men Alpha. A lot of stuff's been going on with Apocalypse lately. In fact, it seems like all the Sword of X stuff pretty much surrounds him, and I think that's why Marvel's releasing this. So, once again, price is not noted. It is probably $19.99.
And there hasn't been a volume 1 of this in print in a little while. I know a couple people tried to order it, and they've had it out of print. So, hopefully this kind of starts a thing where if you want to read all of the Age of Apocalypse story, maybe this will kick off a reprinting of the whole epic. And then we have Billionaire Island. This is a original graphic novel about exactly what it sounds like. Billionaires who all go to an island and basically do whatever they want. And that probably does not end well. So
I hope not.
Yeah, original graphic novel. Sounds really cool. I've already had a couple of pre-orders for this.
Okay, so now we're going to get to a few toys. Andy, you must do the first one.
I must do the first one.
Yeah.
I put it on here. I've pre-ordered this book, and I was talking to the writer like an hour ago.
Looks like our picture got a little cut off, but
yeah. So if you're not familiar, Pixel Dan is a really big YouTuber who really got his start when he talked about Master of the Universe figures, and Dark Horse has now got him to write a book that's chronicling all of the He-Man and the Master Universe figures and She-Ra from the very first one up until I believe the end of the classics, the Mattel Classics line. So this is a super big book. It tells about the year they came out, just little things about them, what they came with, a great resource, or just something fun to read if you're a fan of the original toy line. So very excited about that one.
Okay. Then we have some pop figurines.
Pops, yes.
They're all
Oh my
$10.99. So I'll just say that up front. They're all
Yep.
$10.99.
All right.
And
Someone else pronounce this character.
Ahsoka.
Yep.
Everyone
Ahsoka.
knows Ahsoka
Ahsoka.
Tano.
Yep.
I believe this is her from the last season of Clone Wars that premiered on Disney Plus.
This is Bo-Katan.
Who is rumored to appear in the next season of The Mandalorian.
All right, Megan. Which one's this?
This is Darth Maul.
There we go. You've seen the movie.
Nailed it. And then this is Gar Saxon, who is Darth Maul kind of gets to lead his own troop of Mandalorians. I could just talk about this all day, so I've got to cut myself off. I
We're
can tell
going
you
to move on
I can tell you the whole history,
to
but
Wrecker. Wrecker is the last one. So all those pops are available for $10.99.
stop by the shop if you want to hear my long diatribe on Star Wars.
Whew. All right. We
That
made
was
it through.
a lot.
Yes,
Oh
we
my gosh.
did. Yep. Another big week. A lot of cool things to order.
If you made it through all this, congratulations. If you need anything that you have seen in the show, you can put a comment, you can send us a message, you can just let us know any which way you can, and we will be happy to fulfill your orders and all that good stuff.
Thank you all for watching Comics from the Future. We put forth a lot of effort to pull all these screens together and get this show ready. I mean, we're working on it until about a minute before we go on air.
Yeah.
So it's starting to catch on. We've hit 200 and I think we're about 260 subscribers. We've started doing this like just a month or two ago.
Yeah.
So let's get to 300. Let people know. Share this video. Tell people. We want all the work to matter.
Yeah.
So we're pretty much one of the
This
only
is good
comic stores that does
information.
this.
This is information you need.
Yep, we say that this is the comic show for smart people because smart people plan ahead. They order the stuff when they can. They don't wait until it is too late, and that is what the show is all about. So thank you all very much for joining us this week, and we're going to leave you with some order details in case you want to order any of this. If you don't have a comic shop, we would love to be your shop. So this is us signing off.